My name's Emily Santiago. As many of you know, I'm the director of the Center for Cognitive Diversity. And every month we have a guest lecture series to just highlight different practices for supporting children with trauma. And this month we're really lucky to have one of my favorite people, Oluyemi Thomas. He's a celebrated jazz saxophone player. He has performed around the world. He's a world traveler. He's a creative, intuitive artist. He collaborates with his wife, who is a poet and does a lot of performances. And he also teaches music to children in Oakland, California. So we're really honored to have Oluyemi join us, play some music for us, and just talk about different perspectives and strategies for supporting people in this time. So thank you so much, Oluyemi, for making some time and joining us.
Yes. Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm most honored. And I thank all of the people who allowed themselves to offer their time to listen to me and to experience the journey of creativity in motion or sound in motion as it embrace our well-being. My objective today is to produce gladness, silent tones, pre-tones in motion, audible sound, tone, movements, action responsive to the quickening vibration of tone, sound. That's quite a bit, but nevertheless, when we're dealing with vibration, we're dealing with something that's moving, and everything vibrates, whether we see it or not. And sounds are vibration in the air. So I like the idea of pre-tones and silent and pre-silent, because these are inception that leads to what we call hearing or vibration in the air that hits our nerves in our ear. And all of this is for, how should I say, discover and recover. We're discovering who we are every day, and then we're recovering our humanity. And it's such a wonderful thing. It's a celebratory thing, and sounds does that. I mean, all the arts does that. And you know, I'm just honored that I have an appetite for engaging in creativity, but see it beyond just the limit a lot of artists are putting it as just performers. See, because we're healers, and also we're equilibrium initiated people. When we initiate sounds and concepts, then we hope it resonates with people. And you have people who lost loved ones, or people who celebrating having a new child, or somebody in their family, or friends. So, you know, these all are the community of possibility, and they all are pregnant, and we're the midwife. So we have to deliver to ourselves. In life entire, these are some of our tasks. And of course we would accept that. Because we part of this alignment. You know, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about justice and fairness. It's embedded in everything, so it can reach its highest perfection. So, I mean, as humans, we're striving for perfection, and everything does. Flowers, the wind, the water, the sun, you know, the foods, they're striving for perfection, you know. So as humans, we do the same thing. So I'll just talk a little bit, but for now, I'm gonna make a few more sounds. This is a bamboo flute from Thailand. Composition, intuition, flute. Allowing new thoughts, options, perchance may help in opening up to think another way on the situation. Again, allowing new thought, options, perchance may help in opening up to think another way on the situation. Listening to silence and tonal sound, vibration, vibration, vibration at different speeds, at different speeds, volume, strength may change our mood to feel multi feelings individually and collectively. Individually, collectively. We are a collective individual, and humanity have never have arrived at this point that we're in. Or in other words, we're conscious that we're universal. But I really like the idea that I'm a collective individual. You know, that's a profound reality, you know, because I used to think of myself as an individual, but now I can incorporate the peoples of the world. I can incorporate all the nature. I can incorporate silence. I can incorporate something that is coming into being. You know, these are fantastic, gifts that has been bestowed on us. So to be a collective individual is a very powerful station. I read somewhere a few years ago that we were members of the human population. I said, well, wait a minute now. I'm a member of the, you know, I just thought I was, like the census, you're part of the population. But when I really reread it, it said I was a member of the human population. Now, all membership has a requirement. So being a universal citizen and all these wonderful things about unity, love, and cooperation, that's part of being human. So I said, well, wait a minute. So I'm this member. I have membership as a human species, part of the population of the generality of humanity. I'm part of humanity. And so it opened my scope. You know, like with music, I got all kinds of notes I can blow, or I can blow silence. And silence say, well, dig. Before you start, I'm already into the composition because I'm silent. You join in and then you make a sound, but I'm already informing you it's about that time so we can engage, you know, into the system or this journey of justice and fairness. We have to do some labor though. It's like any studies of any subject, it is labor. But the labor has justice and fairness because it produces consciousness. And consciousness is a marvelous gift, but it's not the apex. The apex is always application. See, because now you get to really see how it works. Like I love music, but until I blow these instruments or shake it or something, I just be a lover of music. But when I apply myself, it enables transformation to occur. And it's such a wonderful system. I really love it. I love that all of you all who are listening to me, we're all members of this same family. We're members of the human population. That is such a gift, you know, and it's something to rejoice. And as we know, we have volcano eruptions, we have tsunamis, earthquakes, but it has this fairness and justice in it. Now we got the coronavirus. It has this justice and fairness in it. It's going to shake some stuff up and it's going to kill some people. But so do earthquakes and so do volcano eruption and tsunamis. But it has the inner, deeper wisdom that some tragedies have to happen. It's like mothers with their wonderful station being honored to give birth. Sometimes the child don't make it. You know, unfortunately, sometimes they don't make it. My mother had a child that didn't, no, my grandmother had a child that didn't make it. See, her mother, my mother's mother. So, but peace be with them. But nevertheless, it's part of the process. When they built the Golden Gate Bridge, some of the people fell off and died, you know, but they learned more about engineering and safety in that process. So we're dealing with this justice thing in Minnesota and the coronavirus at the same time. And they both are highly intense, but it has justice and fairness in it. And we all gonna be victorious. It's only for that. Well, not only, but that's one chief attribute. It's for victorious, because we're not the people that are defeated. We're members, see, so we're people of victory. Not just love that. Yes, I do.
And so if I can understand that before you start to play Oluyemi, is that our collective experience is always moving towards justice and fairness. And when we
Yes.
work together and we're
Yeah.
connected, we move in that direction. Is that
That's right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's part of, but in its own entity, it is justice and fairness. See, when we connect with it, we're not the originators of it, we're just cooperating with it. See, sometimes we think we have to create justice and fairness, but we don't have to do that. All we got to do is just diagnose it and cooperate. See, and that's where we get into trouble, because we're trying to design the whole thing. Justice said, I existed before you came into being, and I will exist after you leave the earth. Because everything's based on principles. The other planets, the other universe, it's based on, Jupiter's not running into the earth, nor is Saturn. We'd be all gone, see, but it has a just system to rotate around the sun. It's a marvelous thing. So twofold, it in its own entity is fair and just. And then our assignment is to recognize it and cooperate within ourselves and then with others. And then that's when the gladness and joy shows itself. It's almost like, you got it now.
So it's about discovery, and that kind of connects with the music, that their justice and fairness are embedded within our universe, you're saying, or in our society, and we often have to discover that and allow that to happen.
Yes. Well, if we could slow down some and allow the feelings to happen, and we might not comprehend it, but just allow feelings to take its course. Okay, say I asked you about how's the weather there in Oregon, at least in your part of the state. You said it was rainy and kind of cool. Okay, see, now these are feelings. Of course it's produced by Fahrenheit, but they're feelings. So to define the day, these are your feelings that help give me clues really what's going on. See, so if we allow our feelings that are always inviting us, I mean, it's a victorious invitation. It invites us, and then we can participate, whether we understand it or not. See, the heady part, we get too heady. Okay, shut the head down for a while and allow the feelings to happen. It's like when I talk to my daughters. I have two beautiful daughters, and we look into each other's eyes, and immediately we can feel this joy that we're happy to see each other. We haven't said a word yet. Either they happen simultaneously. The eyes and the words come together. But the feeling part is the main hit. And even if we feel bad, or some people have they're in the depressive state, or they grew up in trauma, extreme trauma, or different levels of it, it's still for victory. Because you can't get stuck. I mean, let's put it this way. You can't remain stuck. You can, but the system is based on motion. Nothing in the universe stands still. Nothing. See, so I like that it's even encouraging, look, baby, you're stuck, but become unstuck. I'm sad, but become unsad. Because see, that's the victory process. The process is always moving us to victory and gladness. See, and then our psychic produces the best thoughts and action when we're happy. Yeah, it produces that. Understanding is clear. We're less frustrated. And also I read that our strength is more vital just because we're joyful. It said, actually, it went on to say that joy is our natural condition. I said, wait a minute, bro. This word says natural. So I said, okay, when I'm twisted and unhappy, I'm being unnatural. And when I talk to myself, it helped me understand when I got in another situation, I told myself, you're being unnatural. See, and then I begin to rotate it. I said, well, what do you do? I said, then become natural. So joy and gladness and all these wonderful words, rejoice, that's our natural condition. But in it, when you got fairness and justice, you got turmoil and tumultuous situation. It pushes us though. You take an exam, you're studying for an exam. That's rougher than rough, especially if you're starting off, because you don't know heads to tail about a particular subject, or you got a little bit, but it's much deeper than what you thought. So you rough this thing out, and the victory of sticking with it is worth it. You got to stick with it though. See, so it's the same with life, with the trauma, the healing, the victory, the gladness. They're all housed in this. They all punch in at the same time clock. They punch in at the same time clock. We come for service. See, we got these words, you know, trauma and happiness and death and life, but they all come to do service for humanity and nature and all of these things. It's such a wonderful system. I'm just glad I got even a clue that that's possible, because now I can change my mind. I say I don't have to be stuck. Or if I am stuck, I'm gonna reduce the minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the minutes. Because my joyful said, say, hey baby, you being unnatural. You need to quit it. Yeah, tell me to quit it. And I say, okay, I can dig it. And I reduce the minutes. And other times I'm in a position where I can just cut it off, you know, because it's not the best thing to think and do. So I can cut it off. But sometimes other things take a little longer. You know, it's not no magic, you know. You say, okay, I'm gonna just be happy and everything's cool. No, it's a process. But if you embed it in something as a part of your regular routine, then you at least got something you can go back to, you know. Because these are very difficult times we're in now, but I choose to be happy. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it's none of my business in the first place. It never was. No, it never was. I mean, before I was born, this stuff was happening. And I didn't have a clue that it was going on. But now that I do have an opportunity to participate, I'm going to bring joy. See, I'm going to bring joy. This is why I enjoyed about preparing for this lecture today. I said, well, hey, baby, just hang loose, man, and do your thing. You know, because I'm really talking to where y'all can hear me through your ears, and you intellectually processing with the word. But really, my main thrust is to get to your heart, the interior of your heart, and connect it to your mind and connect it to your body. Let's take another journey. Okay, bringers of joy, bringers of joy, bringers of joy to ourselves through all the arts. Prayers, yoga, deep reflection, natural foods, walking, jumping, swimming, studying our breath and its feeling. Jumping, jump, 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 jumping, jumping, running, running, walking, walking, walk. Natural foods, deep reflection, yoga, all the arts, prayers, mindfulness, being in nature, surrounded by nature, being in nature. Mountains, snow-capped, mountains, snow-capped, 95 degrees, over 100 degrees in Abuja, Nigeria. On the contrary, confidence and assurance, hope and optimism are our prerogative. On the contrary, confidence and assurance, hope and optimism are our prerogative. 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 On the contrary, confidence and assurance, hope and optimism are our prerogative. Indeed. Uh, it's very important that we smile and laugh inside a day. Actually, my travels in Brazil, Bahia, after about, I was there maybe a couple of weeks. After about 2, 3 days, I noticed from the local people that every so, whatever the short interval was, they found some reason to smile. You know, at first I didn't pick up on it, but then it dawned on me, they'd be talking with each other and they start smiling, or they would laugh. But it was a regular thing throughout every day. And I said, man, you know, it was reminding me when I was in Africa, Uganda and Kenya and Nigeria, especially when you get in the rural area, but in the city too. The people had a deep love for each other as human spirit. And that's what I felt when I was in Brazil. I said, for some reason, it was a natural thing to them. After so many moments, it's time to smile. It's time to laugh. And I watched how therapeutic their bodies got straighter when they were standing. And in some cases, when I was in Senegal, the people were holding hands, men and women, and they weren't homosexual. They just loved each other. I said, man, this is some new concept for me, you know, that they loved each other so much. They would smile and laugh and hold hands. I mean, many countries in the world that you can still find that amongst people. They love each other. In Asia too, they just hold hands, 2 men or 2 women, you know. And so, you know, it was just an interesting perspective. I said, now, maybe a lot of psychologists from the Western world need to come here and learn something about getting to this happiness. You know, we give them a lot of medications and so forth. We do an excellent job here, but I saw it in action. And I felt what I felt from watching. I said, they know something that after so many, you know, whatever the count was, it was short, you know, like 2, 3 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes, they find something to smile about throughout the day. And they were some of the most beautiful looking people. I said, wow, not only they smile a lot, they're beautiful looking people, you know. And the landscape is beautiful. I said, so you got beautiful landscape, beautiful people, and they're happy. And they have far less material thing than what we have in the United States, you know, or the Western world. So it taught me something about the power of happiness, you know, and but in short intervals, see, because we get something new, then we good. But that's not the real thing. It's part of it, but it's not the real thing. It's not gonna last long. But when you can actually get to things that restores our healing, restores our constitution as a human being, see, then embed that as a part of our regular rotation, it can lift us up, you know. And even if we can't do it, we allow someone else to do it. who pick up on you. You know, maybe I go over and you know, invite them to tea or something. You know, some pastry or something, and let's talk. You know, whatever subject we talk about is cool. You know, because the intention is good. How can I help lift you up? And it might not work for 15 times, but the 16th time you say, because you're persistent, I'm really concerned about your happiness. You might not tell a person, but your action proved that. Because if you raise children, you understand that. You watch them and they watch you. We've studied each other, you know. And same with friendship and co-workers and so forth. We're studying each other. So studying is the main piece for acquisition of information. But as I said earlier, application is the main hit. See, this is why racism is so intense in America. We not only study, but the application to get to the people's hearts. See, we failed with Native American and African American. We failed terribly because we're not getting to the application part. And the Native American and African, we know that. You know, I say, well, once y'all stop faking around with yourself and deal with talk to my heart, not just to my head. See, both of them are part of a human relationship, the heart and the head. See, now we're making more ground because never before in this country we have so many young people who are standing up for racial justice. We got so many young people and so many people of different colors. That has never happened in the United States. Never. See, and the people are talking with each other's heart. They have conversations with their parents, their little parents. You know, why we didn't have different people of color over our house? Or when I want to bring them over, you decline. See, there's all kinds of things. Why you don't honor these people? When we had these subjects, you don't speak too well of them. And now, 20 years later, I don't have a real good history of you speaking good about different races of people. See, I mean, I got my limitations too, but still, this is the application part. So we're in a very ideal time right now, because we're in a time of another victory cycle. At least we come to the point where now we can admit, look, y'all, this stuff's messed up. See, it's messed up, and we can't, how should I say, skirt through this. We can't lie our way through this. Because, you know, the people is hurt, man. The people is dying, you know. I mean, just the idea that, you know, turn of the century, man, people getting lynched for recreation. Can you imagine that? Getting lynched for recreation. They have a picnic and they kill an African American man or woman as a recreation. And they would take body parts as souvenirs. See, so I mean, but we've come a long way since that, but we still haven't admitted that we're sick. See, all of us are sick. But now we got to heal that part of our humanity. We're members. See, we're members of the human population. So as part of the healing of being members, we go to the physician, if a finger or a neck or elbow or, you know, a toe or a heart, if something is wrong, as a member of our body, we go and check it out. You know, somebody who got more insight, who's a professional. See, so as members of the human population, spiritually, we should want to be concerned because our body is ailing because of this situation. The same with the equality of women and men. See, it ails my heart because now I admit as a man, it's some uneven stuff going down. And it's gone down like that since the dawn of human history. Men have dominated. And that's not what's happening. Not long as what's happening is wrong. See, so, but now we have a conversation. I get amongst men, see, I'll talk to them about it. They be looking at me like, why are you talking about this? I said, because y'all shut some of the women down what they talk about, but you're not going to shut me down. So I exposed them. I said, look, man, we're conditioned. Men are conditioned to think they're superior. And that's not what's happening. It's wrong. See, and I'm a victim of that. But at least I'm working on healing myself because I got 2 daughters and my wife. And they're all strong people. And I said, look now, either you help them or you crush them. And I'm going to be held accountable for that. So I made a critical decision years ago that I needed to adjust certain ways of doing things because I didn't want to wear it. I was conditioned like that. See, now I'm working on and still am working with it. How do I balance my way of viewing things and how I entertain women's thoughts and agree with them as a final decision. Yeah, you're right. Let's go with that. Bam, let's hit it. You know, because we had to help the women be victorious. They're already victorious. They just need us men to cooperate.
Yeah. How can I help lift you up? Like you said, how can I help lift you up? I like that phrase. I'm going to carry.
Well, see, men and women are like wings of a bird. And anything that flies has to have two healthy wings. See, and when one wing undeveloped, the flight is not only impossible, you can't reach your highest altitude. See, so humanity has a wing that is not properly developed. And us men got to help that wing so we can reach our highest altitude. Not only one woman can reach her highest altitude. And we're going to do it. We're doing a marvelous job in attending to this. In other areas, we're not. But the plan is we help each other. And we're going to be victorious. See, inside that is that fairness and justice. See, there you go again. See, so it just have a wonderful thing. Yeah, it does. Composition, Suwana. Colors and how they color themselves in vibrational sounds. Listen and feel their message. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. Colors and how they color themselves in vibrational sound. Listen and feel their message. Rejoice, rejoice.
You're taking us on a musical journey.
Oh yeah.
All these
Well, see,
countries.
see, some things you can say, and other things is beyond words. Even though words are sounds too, they both are sounds, but it's just it, using options. That's what I spoke about earlier. So we're getting close to. I can hear some other people talking. Anybody have some questions or some comments? Or yeah, please.
Yeah. Ask questions about integrating music into the classroom, some of the instruments Oluyemi played. Yeah, who has a question? Or a comment on what resonates for you?
I was just curious. I really, really enjoyed what you're sharing, especially about the vibrations and the movement, and that if there was one or two ways that I could take this to children in my classroom, what are some ideas that I could take all the enthusiasm and thoughts and ideas that you had and like share with my students if I only had,
Okay, that's good. Well, it's a whole lot, but let's take one, because I do this with my students, music class. Okay, you give them a piece of paper and a pencil or a crayon, and ask them to make a line. To make a line, that's going to create consternation because they're going to want to know what kind of line they want to be told, but you're not going to tell them. You just tell them to make a line, and they say they don't know how. You say, well, first put the pencil on the paper and move it. Because I had to do this with certain students. I give them certain information. They say, well, I don't know what this is. What I do with it? I said, well, hold it. Then I said, shake it, move it. And then eventually they build a whole new composition. Because the thing is, how do we get people to familiarize themselves with their own inner residence? See, so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to have to increase the relationship with our own residency. Because we're a universal person or the collective individual. And that's a new concept because it's a big word, But the thing is, if we just go in there and do certain things, we actually are doing it. I like the question though. Yeah, just let them ask them to make another one line. See, then you can also ask them to make an invisible line or invisible circle. They say, well, how you do that? It's just lift your hand above the paper and make a circle, but don't draw it. Because the thought of that releases something. Musicians know because they call it rest. Some call it rest. You blow some notes and you don't. See, or it could be silence, or all these terms, whatever it is. You allow the silence or the emptiness to fill its own space. Say, look, I don't need you to feel. It's like we talk. And then after a while, we need to stop. See, then you can add some thoughts of your own, what you want them to do. Like, draw 3 lines you can't see. I say, what are you excuse me, you go through the motion. You let them draw 1 line, and the pencil never touch the paper, or the crayon never touch the paper. Just the motion of that releases something fantastic, just the same as you draw it. See, so we're trying to help them go into the invisible or the mysterious, not mysterious, mystical self, and the more rational self. See, because, or linear or non-linear. I love non-linear because it starts off first. You have another question, please?
Anyone else have a question?
I have a question or just a thought. I know that music is healing, and I tend to be a little too cerebral on the topic. I want to know why, and I'm wondering if you think that, like, when you were playing your instruments, I got super choked up, and I thought, am I like, and on a mystical spiritual level, is my DNA like remembering like something from hundreds or thousands of years ago, you know?
Okay.
I don't know if you ever talk about that.
Okay. Let me see how I can conceptualize what you said. Now, when you say choked up, what do you mean by that? Give me another angle of that.
Cheerful. I mean, joyful, but
Okay. See, what happened to you is very organic, because my intent is to communicate with your heart. First, communicate with my heart. Allow the source to communicate with my heart, to reinterpret that, and then release it. See, we're not encouraged much. We're encouraged to interpret something. That's what shows us that we're smart and all this kind of stuff. But I'm more interested in reinterpreting something several times. I'm going to reinterpret. Then I'm going to reinterpret what I just reinterpreted. See, and I like that, and it has no end. Yeah, because I mean, who says that? Well, you can't reinterpret. It's my head. I can think what I want, and I don't have to talk about it. So, you right on point. You allowed your heart to release this joy tearfully, because I cry and I moan and I weep and all of that inside my music, because these are community of feelings. See, I mean, because as I'm talking, somebody is dying. See, right now, or they're dead. They just died right now. And somebody was just born. Somebody is having major surgery right at this moment. It just begun. And they're going to be victorious. Or they might not make it. See, but either way, it's the application. If we can get to the application, a whole lot of this mess we get ourselves in will fall away. So the why part you asked about, forget the why. Because why asks itself why. In the inner part of why, I say, that's not your business. Don't be too rational. Use your community of your universal self of being linear and non-linear. Allow both of those to happen. See, today we want everybody to be linear. That's not what's happening. No, it gets us in a lot of trouble. It's an intellectual combat. We combat ourselves, we combat with others. Forget the scrimmage. When you're doing non-linear, well, I don't know. Person asked me, so I said, well, I don't know. And they asked me, well, you don't know? I said, no, I don't know. And I was fine with that. I don't know. You know? I'm not really even interested. I don't know. Later I'll find out. Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm grateful for our friendship, Oluyemi, is that we get so stuck in the linear and the logic, and that is not always the path to healing. And just, we forget how to think another way. You know,
that's right.
Yeah. So that's what artists do for us, and I know that's what you help children do, and with music and with just conversation. So anyone else we have a few more minutes if people have questions for Oluyemi.
I have a question.
Good day.
I'm Mary from Salem, Oregon. I so enjoy your music. I would like to just say that up front. And one of the things that immediately felt was how when the cadence and the beat would change, how I could identify with, okay, this reminds me of my past week. It was chaotic. It was calm. It was unpredictable. It was predictable. And so I was going through this kind of connection with your music in that way. And it got me thinking about some of my students. I'm a behavior specialist, so I don't actually have a classroom. I work with students that experience trauma or struggle. Yes. And I've had students come to me and ask me if they can you play this music? And what happens in this room stays in this room. Is that right? Uh-huh. Because they'll ask me to play something. Okay. And if I see that they're escalated, I will play it. And it might not have the best language in it, but when we're done, I'll have that conversation with them. I didn't know this song. I was uncomfortable with what happened here, but I'm seeing them de-escalate.
Okay.
So do you see what I'm worried, my concern is that if I do have, let's say, a group of kids, and that's somebody struggles, because I'm sitting there going, oh, this music isn't, and I'm struggling with it, but this kid's getting the bass line. So how do you balance that if somebody's feeling one emotion and another. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
good.
Allow it to happen.
Oh,
They allow the emotions to happen. They have, see, if we trust everything has justice and fairness in it, it balances its own self. See, all we got to do is just cooperate with it. Now, certain things are inappropriate and all of that, but when we find out about it, we make minor adjustments, but we don't have to knock the whole thing out. Just take the part out. You know, okay, for example, we got an orange, right? And the thing might start to be decaying noticeably at one part. Now, if we really want that orange, we say, well, you know what? I can cut that part off. And the rest of the orange is fine. Sometimes it's not. We got to throw the whole thing away. But first, I cut the part that's not correct off, undesired. And then I found out, you know, this orange is really good. It's really ripe. It's sweet, you know. So just that I cut that off, I allowed myself to test the orange. I could have threw the whole thing away, you know. Sometimes I do because it's just, I don't want to deal with it. But in other cases, so it's same with life. We allow these things to happen. That it's tumultuous, but it's victorious at the same time. See, with the victory, that houses this, that it has an organizational structure to it. And the structure is linear and nonlinear. Those two words I can use, or one can be invisible and visible at the same time. See, but if we look at it, it has its own justice and fairness. These are just two words I'm using. Or easy I can say, it has its ebbs and flow. See, we want to control the whole thing. See, and it messes up the stuff, man, because the thing gets mad. You know, it gets mad because say, leave me alone, man. I'm trying to do my thing. You're doing your thing. I'll tell you when I want you to participate. See, you allow your feelings. See, you could have said, the music is making me do this. But you allowed yourself so it can connect to your week. See, not then the relevancy of it came more clear. You say, you know what? He's not just doing this. It relates to me for some experiences I had this week. So you could have shut it down and said, well, you know, I can't comprehend why you're doing what you're doing. So therefore, it's nothing. Or either it's something else, you know. So it's just, you know, it's, so anyway, yeah, those are a couple of thoughts that come to my mind.
And we do that with children. We try so hard to control everything, and it does hold us back from connection. It holds us back from healing when everything has to be under control. Like
that's
that,
right.
that nonverbal path we talk about in healing, that somatic work. That's not something we can easily control. Our emotions.
No.
Yeah.
See, but you know, we at a marvelous state. We never have arrived at this kind of consciousness that it exists to be visible and invisible as a collective individual. See, we haven't arrived at that on a conscious level. We're only in the inception part. But to be a universal human being, we never have arrived at it as a human species. So we're entering a new phase of collectivity, a collective individual. And so all of these challenges we have is part of the process. I just try to stay positive, stay affirmative, and I'm coming through. I'm busting through. Because I got to bust through myself. See, that's number one, is the limitations I have for myself. I got to bust through that because it'll clamp me down and it'll make me stuck. And I said, no, man, that's not organic, man. You know, and then when I really find out that if I'm unjoyful, I need to become joyful. I'm being unnatural. And I want to be natural, so I'm going to be joyful. So I said, bro, you're going to come, you're going to shift this up. You're going to bust this up. See, and sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. But my overall anchor is, or umbrella, is to keep it moving, keep it positive, keep it affirmative, and the negatives and all that is pushing me to, you know, like sickness make us go to the doctor. So then the doctor tells us to give us a little cultural understanding why we're sick. And then we try to adjust ourselves. In some cases, it's not. It's just, you know, the bacteria or stuff just move through, you know. They give us a prescription and then we cool. So, but it's all part of the same process. Just, we have to trust it. It's hard, but it pays off.
Thank you so much. Our hour is up, Oluyemi, and this was,
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, it was just such a joy to sit
Oh,
with
yeah.
you and to hear from you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if you want to end with anything, but
Yeah. Well, first I wanted to just mention that I have two new projects I'm working on. I'm trying to raise funds. One is a new CD project. Our group, Positive Knowledge, we invited a New York drummer, Andrew Surreal, master drummer. We invited him for a festival in New York called the Vision Festival. That was in 2017. So I'm trying to produce the music of this project, a CD, which with artist fees and the manufacturer, it would cost $7,000. Because this artist is expensive. And also a new book I'm working on called Resounding the Tone Rhythm. And I got the book finished or almost finished, and that's $2,000. So I'm trying to raise $9,000 for these two projects. They're very outstanding projects. And the book I have worked on for about 10 years. So, this is where I'm at now. And I just love to share with humanity. Yeah. So I have one that was released the other a year or so ago. It was a Live in Detroit CD that is fantastic. It's a solo project. I work with a variety of instruments: bass, clarinet, flute, soprano, C melody, sax, the gong, cymbal, violin, the suwana, which is this instrument you heard earlier.
where is that from, Oluyemi? Where is that instrument from?
Its origin is out of India and China. Yeah. They got master suwana workers in China and India and shaker and bell. So, I mean, these are just things I'm working on that connects to the collectivity of healing and all of these other wonderful things. Because, we're maturing. We have to help each other. We have to remember to be happy no matter what. We have to remember to be happy and apply the application. Because the children, you can talk and talk with your raising children or have children in the classroom or even adults in your classroom, but the application gets it done because they can feel it. And they feel it, they feel the feeling, man. Bam, they gone.
Yeah. We will take action, and yeah, I return to our natural state of joy, hopefully this summer, all of you on the call.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get there. This is our prerogative. We're going to get there. It's going to be rough, but we will arrive. That's the destiny.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do my part.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks for bringing such a variety of instruments. I saw the Aboriginal.
Oh, yeah. Wood sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're my buddies. Thank you, too, for the gift.
All right. Yeah, of course. What a pleasure. Okay, thank you. Thank you all so much. Some people are staying on for our class.
Okay.
But I really appreciate your time, and we'll be in touch. So say hi to Ijeoma and have a great afternoon.
Hey, you too. Continue to enjoy your lives. Each one of you. You're wonderful people. You're outstanding. And I love you.